Hello and welcome to Simple Country Place. I have 5 meal ideas for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, welcome, and enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to make are French dip sandwiches. So I'm starting with a side. I have some butter melted down, throwing in some potatoes. I'm gonna cover that and let those cook for a little bit before adding the seasonings. So to those, for the seasonings, I'm adding lemon pepper and paprika. I did not add salt this day. If we wanted salt, we just added it ourselves. For the sandwiches, I am just cooking, it's a deli roast, and I'm cooking that in the au jus. So I'm making the au jus with the package instructions, just the powder and water, and letting that come up to a boil. That stuff is very salty, so it does not need any extra seasoning. In my opinion. For the rolls, those are actually just hot dog buns, but I melted some butter and I am brushing those on just to help them toast up when I put all this in the oven. So that au jus has come together up to a boil, and I am adding, like I said, the deli roast beef just in the sauce to help that heat up, and you can see it'll like curl up a bit when it is heated, and I mean it's already cooked, but heated and cooked. And then I will take that, put those on the buns. I top those with provolone cheese, and then I put them in the oven just for a few minutes to broil. You want to watch these closely because they will burn quickly if you do not. And here it is with the au jus to dip in, the potatoes, and I served it with some cooked broccoli. So this night I made tacos. I have some ground beef browning here, and I added onion and pepper to it and cumin, and then later down the line you'll see, once that's browned, adding taco seasoning. I use the Kirkland brand. I mean, not exclusively, but that's just usually, or the stuff, not the Kirkland brand, but from Costco. Spice Islands, I guess it is, but I always get it at Costco. And again, you know I do not measure, so I eyeball everything, and yep, that looks good. Add some water in, again, no measurements, and let that cook with the taco seasoning. For the toppings, I have lettuce, onion, tomato, more pepper, soft shells this day, but we like both, cheese, sour cream, guacamole, Ortega taco sauce, that's our favorite, and salsa con queso. There's the meat all cooked, ready for tacos. And these are my husband's. He doesn't like any of the extra stuff other than taco sauce. This night I made mashed potatoes and chicken gravy, the gravy in the crock pot. So I have chicken thighs and I'm adding garlic powder, minced onion to that, and pepper. I do not add salt because later I'll be adding bouillon cubes and those are super salty in my opinion, so this does not need the extra salt. For like the gravy aspect, I'm adding that cream of chicken soup and then just some water. And then I cook this as it sits like this in the crock pot for like 4-ish hours. So once that chicken's done, I shredded it up a little bit, not like super good shredding, just so it had like chunks of chicken in the gravy. And really it like fell apart very easily. With that, I'm making roasted broccoli. So I have olive oil and I will be adding salt, pepper, lemon pepper, and garlic powder. We had a bit of broccoli on hand to get rid of, so I wanted to use it up before it went bad. I mix all that together and then put it in the oven. I don't check things, so I'd say it probably took like 15 minutes. I just checked it every so often. So back to the gravy. Now is where I add the bouillon cubes. I added 2 of them. And again, those are super salty, so you do not need any extra. I did 2 of those, and then I'm going to be adding some half and half and pepper and parsley. So for the gravy, you obviously need mashed potatoes. So I boiled up some potatoes and I'm draining them, adding butter and half and half. And I usually throw the butter in the bottom, then put the hot potatoes on top to help them melt. And I'm gonna mash those up and just keep it super simple with just salt and pepper. And here's the mashed potatoes and chicken gravy and the roasted broccoli. So this night I'm making like homemade hot pocket things. So I have some crescent roll dough that I'm going to pinch the seams together to make like a rectangle. And putting on, for my husband's, I did pepperoni and string cheese in the middle. And then you roll it up kind of like a corn dog. To dip those in, I'm just heating up some of that Great Value pizza sauce. It's actually pretty good stuff. So once those are all rolled, I got 4 out of the crescent roll dough. I am topping them and rolling them in Italian seasoning and Parmesan cheese. And you don't really need, like, the dough is sticky, so as long as you like roll it around, that seasoning will stick to them. And I'm putting those in the oven at 375 for probably about 10-ish minutes. You can kind of follow the crescent roll package instructions, but you're just gonna wanna watch them too. And some of mine did, like you see that one has a pepperoni sticking out. I couldn't get it all fully sealed, but it doesn't really affect anything that big of a deal. So here are those with the pizza sauce to dip, and I serve that with a side salad. And this night, super easy, I'm making French toast. I got eggs, beat it up there, and I added some half and half. I did add Mexican vanilla to that, like vanilla from Mexico, and that to me has like a cinnamony flavor. And I'm frying up some bacon. I always cook it in the oven, so I have to do it in batches because I don't like to dirty a bunch of pans. And I'm using sourdough bread, and then melted some butter, dipped the bread in that egg mixture, and then I will be adding cinnamon and cooked those up. Those were super delicious. I obviously didn't have the bacon, but the French toast was bomb in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back for more and subscribe.